Hi, and welcome to Projects 360. This video is on our new expense section that we just added to the software. So this is going to be tied to what we're working on currently, which is our project health report that'll be coming out towards the end of Q1. So we wanted to release this first because you're going to need to start inputting your expenses so you can run this report accurately when it comes out. So the first thing you're going to want to do is go to settings and go to employees, and then you're going to select the employee or employees that you want to have access to enter expenses into the system, and go to their security settings and make sure project expenses is checked, because it is coming unchecked, because you don't want very many people entering expenses. You probably only want owners and office managers and stuff like that that would be in charge of that. After that, you're going to go to the settings and you're going to scroll down to project settings and go to expense categories. And this is where you can set up your different expense categories. An expense category can be anything. It could be like audio, video, it could be control systems, lighting control, network, programming labor. It comes with purchase orders, and I'm going to show you what that does in a little bit. So you can just create all your different kind of categories you want here, basically how far you want to filter your expenses down. And you can add a category by just going to the cog here and go to add category, and you can add your new categories. You can actually edit them if you need to by just clicking on them, and you can rename them or change them. After you've done that, you can start adding expenses, and you can do that a couple different places. So if you go to projects right here, and on the main projects page, if you go to the cog right here, you can go add new project expense. And then here, you're going to select, what project. You can start typing in a specific project. You can select which project you want to add an expense for. You can give the expense a title. So let's just say it's a Crestron invoice that you're entering from Crestron. You can choose the category. So in this, I'm going to say it's control systems. And then the type. So we have four different types of expense, or two different types of expenses and two different types of income. We have equipment expense and labor expense. And then we have income of equipment and income of labor. So in this case, I'm going to say it's an equipment expense. Here you can type in the dollar value of that invoice, and then you can even put a note, like maybe you want to reference the invoice number from the manufacturer. You can put that in here and then hit save. And now if we go into that project, so that was under Jake White, and once we're in the project, we can go to the cog here and go to project expenses, and you can see it now here in this tied to this project, and it shows the title that you gave it, the category, the type, the amounts, the note you added, who created it, and when. And these will be exportable to CSV or Excel or PDF or printable. And then you can also filter it by those different types we have, which are equipment costs, labor cost, equipment income, and labor income. So remember, we entered that as a equipment cost. I can click on that tab and it'll show there. We have all that we were on. But if I go to labor cost, nothing will be there. Also, if you wanted to, if you're in a project already, if you just go to the cog right here, you can go to project expense, and then from here, you can add a new expense also right from this page for that. Another way that expenses can be added are from POs that you have. So if you've created a purchase order, so if we go to our purchase order list here of open purchase orders, if we went to, if we created a PO, we can click on it, and from the PO here, and it can still be in draft mode. You don't have to receive it at this time. So as you create purchase orders, you can actually add it as an expense. So right from the purchase order, if you go to the cog here and go to add a new project expense, it pulls that modal up again, already has the project selected. It took the title of the PO. You can edit that if you wish. You can now choose the category. So maybe this is audio video. It already defaulted to equipment, cost of equipment. But again, you can change that if you need to. It brought in the price of the PO, and in the notes, it brings in the line items. And you can save that. And then if we go to the Cynic project, and again, go to the COG and go to project expenses, we can see that project expense right here. And that's how you create new expenses for our new expense area. And like I said, this is going to be tied to our project health report that'll be coming out towards the end of Q1. So I would suggest starting to add your expenses to your projects that you're currently working on, just so that data's already in there for when we release that report. And that concludes this video. Thank you and have a wonderful day.